for all things Halloween. This is Hauntformer, and welcome back to another horror movie R.I.P. review. If you didn't know, today is the anniversary of the John Carpenter classic sci-fi horror film, The Thing. Released in 1982, this film freaks out audiences till this day. It's one of my favorite horror movies and also one of the movies that scares me the most. So today, we are going to be dissecting, pun intended, The Thing. So if you didn't know, The Thing was originally a novella called Who Goes There, which was adapted then into a 50s sci-fi film called The Thing from Another World, and finally, John Carpenter made his own adaptation of The Thing in 1982. And I haven't seen the original Thing. I probably should, and I also haven't read the novella, but I'm sure it's pretty good too. I've only seen the John Carpenter classic, but that being said, this is one of the creepiest movies I've ever seen. The story is essentially, at its core, a murder mystery. Just instead of a person murdering people, it's an alien, a shape-shifting alien. At the very beginning of the movie, you can see a UFO crash landing into Earth, presumably in Antarctica, where the movie takes place. Then you're introduced to a lot of the main characters. Of course, Kurt Russell, who plays Mac. He and his crew discover this alien, discover where the UFO was picked up in the ice, and presumably killed a crew who are no longer with us. And the actual opening of the film is a dog actually running through the snow. Without getting into too many spoilers, so I kind of have to for this review, that dog is revealed to be the Thing, who shapeshifts into various things throughout the movie. First a dog, and then into a lot of the different crew members, and then at the very end, this giant, crazy monster, but it's awesome. I can't really review The Thing without mentioning the amazing, amazing practical effects. The use of practical effects in this film is perhaps the best of all movie history. The way that the Thing behaves and moves is so organic and likewise so innately creepy. The way that it's able to kind of unfold itself and reform itself into various shapes is crazy. There's an iconic scene where they discover that the dog is actually an alien, and it just has this crazy, bloody, gory, this. Yeah, that freaks me out and sometimes still gives me nightmares to this day. I actually had the honor of seeing this movie a year ago, I think, on my birthday actually, on the big screen. Went to a local theater and saw it on the big screen, and it still holds up as a terrifying movie. The soundtrack by John Carpenter is amazing. It's very, very simple, but yet very effective. Kind of like this movie, a very simple concept, an alien that shapeshift is trying to take over a crew and essentially get into the world to do who knows what. It's done in such a great way that it really comes across as pretty believable. This could easily be kind of a B-movie, kind of slapstick horror film, but it's done in such a great way by John Carpenter that it's suspenseful, hits the mark every time, and remains as iconic as it was back in the 80s. The Thing is a sci-fi horror masterpiece in my opinion, and I do have to say it is probably my favorite alien horror film. Sorry to other contenders out there, you probably know what I'm thinking of, But in my opinion, The Thing takes the crown as probably the best of alien horror that there is. It's so suspenseful and creepy, it'll keep you on the edge of your seat, and if you haven't seen The Thing, I highly advise that you check it out because it is definitely a John Carpenter classic. Overall, I'm going to give The Thing a 4.5 out of 5 skulls on the R.I.P. Reviews rating scale. If you've seen The Thing, or maybe you haven't and you have thoughts, leave them in the comments below, as always. And thank you for watching. Remember, as always, for all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer.